Yo, 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 what's good? How y'all doing? How you guys doing? Boy, oh boy, we got a show for y'all today. Ha, this is gonna be a crazy Friday, boy. Boy, oh boy. What in the hell is going on in the world today? Make sure y'all check in. Let me know where y'all are coming in from. Let me just send out some notifications. I know it's super early over there. Let me just see. Okay. Yes, sir. We got a crazy show for y'all today, man. And this ain't even the main content. I just wanted to talk on it and speak on it for a little bit. He said, my king stood on business. He stood on business. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Let's give it like another minute. Make sure y'all check in. Let me know where y'all are coming in from. We're going to be talking about this for a little minute. And we definitely going to have a lot of fun with this topic here. Boy, oh boy. It's been an eventful last 48 hours. I mean 24 hours. I can't even believe it. Let me see this real quick. Okay. Let me see this. Let's give it like another minute or two and we're gonna get into the live. Let me see where people are coming in from. Somebody laughing. He said, keep my wife's name out your mouth. Will Smith. Shout out to you. Shout out to Gary. North Carolina. I see we got North Carolina in the building. Somebody, somebody said, I'm gonna just keep waiting for y'all to catch up. Somebody said, dreamers, I just want to say that you're one of the biggest bums. You're one of the biggest bums in all of media. Hey man, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for checking in and checking out the live. Oh my God. Well, good morning. From Chicago. I see we got Chicago in the building, Las Vegas in the building. Wake y'all asses up, man. I know it's early on the West Coast. I think New York right now should be what? Almost 9 o'clock. I think New York should be what? 8:40 a.m. So y'all should be up. Yeah, wake y'all asses up, man. Wake y'all asses up. Time to go to work. Time to go to work. Virginia. I know the East Coast is up right now. Virginia, Baltimore, and the rest of the world is up. Philly, Montreal, Canada. I see we got Canada in the building. Let's give it like another 30 seconds. He said it's lunchtime here in Dublin. Shout out to Dublin. We got Baltimore in the building. Shout out to Baltimore, man. Shout out to Baltimore. I haven't been to Baltimore in a long time. I haven't been to Baltimore in a long time. Shout out to Baltimore. New York in the building. Memphis in the building. Shout out to the Carolinas. Good morning in Tennessee. Nashville, I see you out there. Well, St. Louis in the building. I see you. What else? We got Chicago in the building. I see you. LeBron James, boohoo. Shout out to Chicago. Never been to Chicago. Definitely want to visit there. Shout out to Nairobi. Kenya in the building. Akron, I'm in the building. Okay, so no wonder. I can understand why you said that. Let's give it 30 more seconds. We got St. Petersburg. Shout out to Brooklyn in the building. What else we got? Man, LBJ told Stephen A. Yeah, for sure. Galveston. I'm gonna give a few more shout outs in the next 20 seconds, and we're gonna get it going. LeBron needs to retire. Let me see. I didn't see that was Charlotte. Then we got a lot of people from Charlotte. From the Carolina. Let me see. Okay. What else we got? Puerto Rico. Shout out to Puerto Rico. Somebody said Jason Whitlock. Jamaica in the building. I see you. New York. Let's give it 10 more seconds and we're going to get into it. What else we got? Yeah, somebody said I need to come to. Yeah, I've been looking at Chicago, man. I'll be seeing a lot of Chicago videos on TikTok and all of that. It looks super, super nice in the winter, but then they say it's cold as hell. But I definitely want to visit Chicago. I've never been there. I heard it's a great sports city, really cultured place. So I definitely want to visit Chicago. Austria in the building. Okay, so let's get into this one. Somebody said too cold. I never been there, but I definitely want to visit there. So all right, so let's get into this. So apparently we got some drama. Okay, we got some drama. LeBron James apparently approached Stephen A. Smith at the Lakers game, and I got the video for y'all. He approached Stephen A. Smith at the Lakers game for talking spicy about Bronny James. Because when I saw the video, which I'm gonna play for y'all, at first I was trying to figure out what LeBron was saying. Then I watched it a number of times. Then I quickly understood what he was saying. He was actually talking about his son. So I'm gonna play the video for y'all right now, and then y'all can see it. Let me just see if I can play it. Let me just see where the video starts, and I'll basically try to lip read for you guys. So this is LeBron. I'll watch it again. He says, "Keep my son out of this bleep, bro." Watch him again. He says, "Keep my son out of this SHI, you know what?" That's what he said to Stephen A. Smith. Keep my son out of this. That's what he said. And I think that's Jimmy Iovine is there on the left as LeBron walks off. That's Jimmy Iovine right there with the white hat. That's what he said. So, and I'm going to play it later for y'all, for the new people coming into the live. So, LeBron confronted Stephen A. Smith at the Lakers game. And he essentially told him that he needs to keep his son out of his name, keep his son out of this bleep, right? Keep his son out of this bleep. LeBron is pretty upset about this. What are my thoughts about this? First of all, based on a video that we just saw, and I'm going to play for y'all again for the new people coming into the live, it looks like they were having a heated conversation. Because if you look at Stephen A. Smith is standing up there and he's talking to him. Now, we don't get to see what Stephen A. Smith is saying, but I know for a fact, y'all know Stephen A. Smith be getting on my nerves sometimes, but I know for a fact that Stephen A. Smith was saying something to LeBron. I don't think Stephen A. Smith just stood there and just let him say whatever he wanted to say about him, right? I don't think that was the case, because if you watch the video, you can see LeBron pausing. So as he's pausing, Stephen A. Smith is saying something to him. I don't think Stephen A. Smith just stood there and let LeBron basically sun him. Now, somebody says Stephen A. Smith prices just went up. Yo, Stephen A. Smith's prices went up regardless of the pocket. First of all, let me show the brother some love. Although I don't, not too much of a fan of Stephen A. Smith, let me show the brother some love. Feels good to see another brother out there doing well for himself. Congratulations to Stephen A. Smith for his $100 million contract with ESPN. Good to see the brother get his money. Although I don't agree with some of the stuff that he says, but it still feels good to see a brother get paid. So good. Shout out to him. Well deserved. He works his tail off. Congratulations to him. I hope he's happy with that. Good luck to him. I'm not a hater to that level. Good luck to him. But we're gonna get back to this. Somebody says, respect you too. Dreamers Pro ain't been here in a minute. I see we got the battle of the receding hairlines. Forgot both these suckers. They both need to retire. They both lame. But Pro, did you make that move to Texas yet? You got to check out H-Town. Salute. Yeah, shout out to Texas, man. I'm going to let y'all know in a little bit. Shout out to Texas. I'm not going to let it out the bag just yet. But shout out to Texas, man. Shout out to Texas. Appreciate the love and the super chat. Shout out to Russell Red over there. Appreciate the love, man. Yo, what are you typing in the comments? Nah, we gotta son, we gotta block you. What are you talking about? What are we doing now? You gotta get you the hell up out of here. What are you talking about? Come on, son. What's wrong with you? Anyway, so LeBron confronted Stephen A. Smith about the stuff he's been saying about Bronny James. What are my thoughts on this? Okay, what are my thoughts on this? First of all, Bronny James is a professional NBA player. Okay, I understand that LeBron James is a father. I'm sure some of the people watching this live right now are fathers too. And you will obviously feel a way if someone is saying something negative about your kids. I think that's perfectly natural. You're not going to feel good. You're going to want to defend your kids. I think any normal dad will want to do that, regardless of whether or not you're a billionaire or you got $1,000 or you got $100 to your pocket. You're still your child. And even though they're 18, 19 years old, however old Bronny is, he's still, as a father, you're going to want to defend him, and it's not going to feel good. So we get that. Regardless of the fact that LeBron has money and all of that, he still will feel it. I think all of us would. But the fact is this: Bronny is a professional. He's a professional. He's a pro. He plays in the NBA. So when you play in the NBA, regardless of the fact, and I'm speaking now to LeBron, regardless of the fact if that's your son, he's going to get talked about. The same way you got talked about, the same way your peers got talked about, the same way some of your teammates will get talked about. He's a professional. Okay, he's 20 years old. I'm not sure. I think, okay, he's 20 years old. So he's a young man. He's a young man playing in the NBA, and people are going to talk about him, right? They're going to have opinions. Now, are people going to have opinions more about Bronny than they would about maybe another player or maybe another player's son? I don't think we have any other players in the NBA with their sons there. Obviously, they're going to talk more about Bronny because he's LeBron's son. You're the face of the NBA. I don't think this should be something that surprised LeBron or caught LeBron off guard. Going into this, you must have known this. I'm sure you said, like, okay, if things go poorly, or if there are times where Bronny isn't playing so well, chances are they're going to talk about him. You must have known this. You couldn't have thought that it would have been all positive. You could not have believed that. Like, it's crazy to believe that, right? So from LeBron's standpoint, I understand as a father, I totally get that. Like, regardless of even if you know all of these things, when it comes to your kids, you're not thinking rationally. Most people don't. Most parents don't. I mean, you just don't. So I understand LeBron feeling a type of way. But at the same time, you got to know that it's going to happen. Shout out to Russell Red for the super chat. He says Stephen A. Smith got $100 million for tap dancing. For tap dancing to them folks. Let's be real. And Bronny, NBA player, he's going to get criticized. He's going to get criticized like everybody else. His son can't take the heat. He needs to leave, and he plays for the Lakers. These are valid points. He plays for the Lakers, right? For the new people coming in, let me show you what LeBron said to Stephen A. Smith, because it's going viral all over the internet, and I'm sure Stephen A. Smith is going to respond to it. So let me show y'all LeBron James confronting Stephen A. Smith here. He says to him, "No, keep my son's name out of this bleep, bro." Look at it again. He says, "No, keep my son out of this SHI, bro." And he walks off, and Stephen A. Smith says what he says. See it again. Keep my son out of this SHI, you know what, bro. So that's LeBron James right there. Okay? LeBron wasn't too happy with what Stephen A. Smith said about him. Oh, by the way, for the people that are watching this live, man, make sure you guys check out Underdog Fantasy. Is the number one fastest growing fantasy sport app online. Make sure you sign up. We got that pinned at the top of the comments using our promo code Dreamers Pro to make sure and to claim your free pick and first time deposit of up to $1,000 in bonus credit. So make sure you sign up with that. We appreciate it if you guys support us. We got that pinned to the top of the chat. Make sure you guys go ahead and do that and tap the link when you have a free moment. But back to what Stephen A. Smith had to say, or LeBron had to say. Let me tell y'all what I've noticed. And we may have a very, very, very big surprise coming down the what is it? The tunnel pretty soon with a pretty big name. We're just gonna have to be patient about it. Let me tell y'all what I noticed. I have noticed that there's like this concerted movement of people in the media, some people in the media trying to get all of the content guys on one message. And it's been around this thing of, why are you being so critical of LeBron James? Why are you saying so many negative things about LeBron James? Right? Why don't you say more positive things about him? I've been noticing ever since LeBron made those comments about the face of the NBA and the coverage, a lot of creators have been trying to kind of like now get on that accord with LeBron. A lot. People on TV, people in the independent space, a lot of guys are trying to go in that direction. But then there's some guys, and shout out to Rashard McCamp, that's my dude, that are, he refers to them as the corner boys, but people on the other side of the argument that also have an opinion about this that's different than what these guys are pushing. And yesterday, when we produced that show on what Mace said, we did a show about what Mace said. When Mace was going off on LeBron yesterday, he went off a little bit more towards the end of the video, but Mace was basically saying that a lot of these dudes are bought and paid for. A lot of these dudes are bought and paid for. And he knows that to be a fact. But he said he's in a position where he doesn't need to essentially twerk it up for nobody. So he can call it like he sees it and not be afraid of the ramifications. But what some of y'all got to understand is that some of these people are. And right now, what you're witnessing is a war going on in media. And the war is essentially centered on one group trying to control the message and stop others from saying anything that's counter to that. Whether it may be about, because look, LeBron confronted Stephen A. Smith over what he said about Bronny. But let's keep it a stack. Cameron, right? Cameron said something pretty similar to what Stephen A. Smith been saying, but he said it in a much more harsher way. Cam said, I'm not feeling the way Son is playing. I'm not feeling how you moving out there. And he basically said, nephew, I'm not feeling that. And Cam didn't tap dance around the issue. He didn't dance around the issue. He kept it a buck. He's like, nah, son, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling the way you playing. I'm not feeling da. And he kept it a stack. So if LeBron is mad at Stephen A. Smith for what he said, and he said it to a lesser degree, that means that he could potentially be mad at people like Cameron, which then tells me that these guys only want one message being pushed out there. And if you have an opposing view to that message, they're going to have problems with you. And the fact of the matter is, if Stephen A. Smith was on TV twerking it up every single day, saying exactly what they want him to say, do you think LeBron would have confronted Stephen A. Smith? Do you think he would have? Because I don't think he would have. I don't think he would have. So to me, they're trying to control the narrative. They're trying to control the narrative. That's what all of this is about. And to me, LeBron comes off looking not soft, but sensitive in this situation. He looks sensitive because he looks like he can't deal with the pressure. He can't deal with the pressure that he helped create. Remember, LeBron said Bronny could play in the NBA right now. He looking better than half of these dudes on League Pass. Well, when you're going out there and saying those type of things about Bronny and putting that level of pressure on him and expectation on him, people are going to judge him based on the standard that you put out. They're going to judge him based on how you was hyping him. So when Bronny wasn't playing well, you can't go to Stephen A. Smith and say, keep my son out of it. You can't do that because Bronny is an NBA player. You can't do that. You can't say leave my son out of this, but then want them to praise him every single day on the network. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. It's like if you have a kid in school and you only want the teacher to call you when they do something good. But when they do something bad, you get pissed off at the teacher for pointing it out. Maybe your son or your daughter doesn't do their homework. Maybe they talk in class or whatever. Keep my son. No, if you're going to put them in school, be prepared for them to be judged. If you're going to get your son in the NBA, be prepared for people to have opinions on him, whether they're positive or negative. Bronny James is an NBA player earning millions of dollars a year. It comes with it. It comes with it. It comes with it. What do you want? What do you want him to do? Just say nice things? I mean, what are we talking about? Oh, Stephen A. Smith is hating on Bronny, but what about all the other players he has opinions on? He hating on them too? Like, let's stop the nonsense. We all know that from time to time we disagree with Stephen A. Smith when he's getting on certain players, but we also agree when he gets on certain players too. And all this is just LeBron not being happy about it. Now, again, I understand he's a father. I get it. It's going to affect him more than it would any other thing. Obviously, he's a dad. I get it. You're going to feel something. I get it. But that doesn't now give you a right to now start approaching commentators and saying, keep my son's name out of it. What are we talking about? Bronny plays in the NBA for the Lakers. Of course he's allowed to have an opinion on it. He has a right. He has a right. What are you talking about? He can get on Kyrie Irving. He can get on Russell Westbrook. Why didn't you confront Stephen A. Smith or confront this or Shannon Sharp or confront whoever or call out Skip Bayless on Twitter? Keep my teammate's name out of your mouth. We didn't hear nothing from you. And that was your teammate. You wasn't talking about keep my teammate out of your mouth. Because what you going to say? You're a grown-ass man. Well, is Bronny a baby? Is he a baby? He's a 20-year-old playing in the NBA, making millions of dollars to be a professional. Why are we treating him like a baby? For the new people coming in to the live, let me play for y'all what LeBron James had to say to Stephen A. Smith. Let me play it for y'all so y'all can see it. There is no sound, but I'm going to play the video for you guys so y'all can see it. He says, keep my son out of this, HHI, bro. Watch his lips again. Keep my son out of this. So you see LeBron there. He's not happy. Now, what are my other thoughts about this? I think that LeBron is making a mistake here. I think LeBron is making a serious mistake here. He's making a huge mistake. I think LeBron picked the wrong person to go at. I think he picked the wrong person to go at. And I'm going to tell you why. Stephen A. Smith is petty. Stephen A. Smith is petty. And he's one of these people that I've noticed, if you push him to the point where he feels like he needs to defend himself, he will. Number one. Number two, I don't know if y'all heard the news. Stephen A. Smith just signed a $100 million contract. ESPN just gave Stephen A. Smith a $100 million contract. Stephen A. Smith just got what they call essentially in the English language, F you money. That's what he just got. He just got himself some F you money. And what does F you money give you? F you money gives you the capacity to say whatever the hell you truly feel and not be afraid about the money, about being financially harmed, because you got bread. Let's keep it a stack. Most people would say what they truly think if they had a lot of money. But when you feel like your dollars are going to be jeopardized, you think twice, don't you? You think twice, don't you? Don't you? But when you got some paper, you got some courage. Stephen A. Smith has $100 million coming to him. He is unquestioned the face of ESPN and the highest paid personality at ESPN, earning $20 million a year at ESPN, which means that if you want to make Stephen A. Smith your enemy, you're going to pay for it. Because he can trash you every single day on TV if he wants to. What are you going to do? Get him removed from ESPN? He just signed a $100 million contract. He just signed $100 million. So he's going to be there. ESPN ain't letting Stephen A. Smith go. Y'all can forget about that idea. If they're giving him $20 million a year, he must be making them hundreds of millions a year. If they're giving him 20 a year, he must be making hundreds for them a year. They're not giving that up. There's nobody they're going to replace Stephen A. Smith with. So if Stephen A. Smith decides to really go at LeBron James, LeBron will pay. And I'm going to tell you why LeBron will pay. A lot of what we feel about LeBron is closely tied into the narratives that people paint for LeBron in media. LeBron's legacy is contingent upon the people in media that promote his message. That's the whole game. The Kendrick Perkins, the Nick Wrights, the Shannon Sharps, the Colin Cowherds, the Jason McIntyres, the Stephen A. Smiths to a certain extent, the Jason Williams in the independent space, the Gilbert Arenases, and all of these guys. It goes on and on and on and on. The Richard Jeffersons and all of these guys. These are the guys that are pushing the LeBron agenda. LeBron. But if these people all of a sudden change up their opinion, then a lot of people's perception of LeBron would change as well. Michael Jordan, who do you see? Who are the people arguing for Michael Jordan on a daily basis on TV? Basically, nobody. And he's still considered the GOAT by the vast majority of NBA fans. Right? Now, you got all of these people pushing for LeBron, and you got a lot of people feeling these top five. So what would happen to the perception of LeBron if these guys were not there, promoting his agenda every single day? What do you think will happen? You want to make an enemy out of Stephen A. Smith with that platform? Is that smart? Is that smart? Is that really smart? I don't think it's smart. I don't think it's smart. He's too big. You don't make an enemy out of him. Go look for somebody else smaller, not him. Not him. Yeah, I know there's some big guys out there. Nobody makes more waves than him. Stephen A. Smith says something. They're talking about it in the New York Post, all over the place. All over the place. He's on Fox News. He's on this place. He's on that place. He's everywhere. That's the guy you want to make an enemy out of? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? By the way, shout out to the 1,000 people we got in the chat. Make sure you guys sign up to Underdog Fantasy, which is the fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. Make sure you sign up. We got the link pinned to the top. Use our promo code DreamersPro to claim your free pick and first time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. I'm gonna be using it tonight. I'm gonna be making some picks as well. Super simple to use. Make sure you guys do that and support the channel. So that's what I think. I think this is a mistake on LeBron's part. And I think Stephen A. Smith going to respond to him. What I would hope he does is actually say what he said. LeBron being a billionaire is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. What's relevant is the people that are promoting LeBron. That's what's relevant. LeBron is trying to control all of media right now. And there's some people not going for it. Some people are just not going for it. Like you heard Mace said. Like you heard the show that we did yesterday with Mace. Who's going to talk about LeBron in that way in media? Did y'all hear what Mace said? Did y'all hear what Mace said? And if I have it my way, I'm going to bring Mace on the channel. If we can have it our way, we're going to bring Mace on the channel if we can. And if we can't bring Mace on the channel, we're going to find a way to go on Mace's. It is what it is. You better believe. Because I need to be in the presence of somebody that has that amount of courage to say exactly what the hell he thinks without twerking it up all over the place. You don't see people with that point of view. What you heard from Mace was somebody that was not bought and paid for. So he was able to call it like it is. Somebody said that would hurt Mace to get involved with you. He even put the exclamation. He didn't even say involved with you. Involved with you. He didn't put the exclamation. It's okay, baby. I feel you, son. You're not happy about it. Stephen A. Smith and Mace need to team up against LaClutch Media. Yeah, I think it's a mistake. If I'm Stephen A. Smith, next show, mini docu, nepotism, Bronny James. Yo, appreciate the super chat. So yeah, man, LeBron crashed out on that one. I just hope Stephen A. Smith responds to it. And I'm gonna say one last thing about Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith wants to be in politics. I get it, right? He wants to run for office. Right? He wants to run for office. And Stephen A. Smith is still playing politics in media. One day, Stephen A. Smith will tell you exactly what he thinks about LeBron James in one episode. The very next episode is almost like as if he gets a call like, yo, all right, man, you was a little bit too tough on LeBron. You need to be nice. The very next day, Stephen A. Smith is giving LeBron James his flowers. I'm like, yo, bro, what are you doing? And the craziest part is you up there twerking it up all day long for LeBron on TV. It ain't going to make him like you no way. You can give him his flowers all it don't matter. Why? Excuse me. Because you already said something he don't agree with. So you talking about I'm going to give him his flowers and the longevity. They just making up stuff. Now you're the GOAT of longevity. When has that ever been a criteria? We're just making up stuff now as we go. The GOAT of longevity, they just made that up. Like the 50,000. This is just made up stuff. They're just making up every new accolade. I'm going to give LeBron his flowers. I'm like, well, look at what all of that twerking got your ass. Not a damn thing. That's why I'm like, keep it 100 all the time. Don't be jumping over here and then jumping over there. You notice me. Y'all don't be seeing me switch it up with LeBron or somebody. I'll be keeping my opinions 100% one way. You're not going to see me saying what I'm saying about LeBron and then all of a sudden turn around and be like, today, Dreamers Pro, on Dreamers Pro, we give LeBron his flowers. I'm not doing none of that nonsense after I already said what I said. What are you trying to do? Get this dude to like you? He's not going to like you. He's not going to like you. LeBron James will not like you. He will only like you if you say 100% positive things about him. If you say anything negative, he's not going to like you. He's not. And he clearly doesn't. After all of that twerking, Stephen A. Smith gives the GOAT of longevity. The GOAT. You think LeBron cares? He probably look at him like, look at this little mother. Look at him over there jumping and dancing for me. Dance for me. Dance for me. Dance for me. And what kills me is you got $100 million and you twerking it up for some dude. You don't like me? I don't care. You give me $100 million? You think I care what you think? What? I don't care right now, and I ain't got $100 million. I ain't got $10 million, and I don't care. So imagine if I had 100. Are you kidding me? 100, and you expect me to care if whether or not you talk to me? What? Man, you heard LeBron ain't talking to me. So, what's for lunch? What are we going after this to go hang out? You heard so don't like you? And what y'all trying to do right now? Where we at? Where we headed to? Who cares? Who cares? I don't understand why these dudes care so much. It's almost like we in high school. You know how in high school you want to kid like, oh man, I want y'all to want. Like, who gives a damn, bro? You got money in your pocket. Why do you care if this dude like you or not? The only thing I need to care about, does my lady like me? Do my kids like me? Do my closest friends like me? You ain't in that group, my family and all. Man, I don't give a damn if you like me. Who cares? As long as my kids like me and my family likes me and all my wife, I don't care. And I got my money in my pocket. Who cares? But you trying to fight to get these dudes to like you. Why? Especially when they don't pay you. It's not like it's if you work for them. I'll be lost with it. You be trying to be friends with these dudes. Why? You got money. Why are you trying to be friends with them? I don't get it. I don't get it. But we're gonna talk about it later today. Anyway, guys, that's the live. Hopefully you guys had a lot of fun. We got a lot of content dropping later on today. Also, before you leave, make sure you sign up to Underdog Fantasy. We got that pinned to the comment top of the chat. Use our promo code Dreamers Pro to claim your free pick. Plus, first time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus credit. Appreciate the support, and we're gonna catch you on the next show. And I'm out. Peace.